just take a minute to thank our partners for supporting this event: CNN Life, DTI Design Center, Adobo Magazine, and Grid Magazine. This event is co-presented by Design Dialogues, an initiative by &1/2 which aims to push conversations around design for the local creative community. You can check them out on Design Dialogues on Instagram and Facebook. So before we officially start, we would like to do a quick check-in and ask everybody how they're doing today. We've set up a link over at Menti, just so we can sort of get a quick pulse of how everyone in the audience is feeling at the moment, or what headspace they might be bringing to the talk. So if you haven't, you can scan your phones over the QR or type in the link in the chat box. It'll take you to a screen where you can answer some prompts about how you're feeling and what question you might have coming into this talk. While you answer, we just want to acknowledge the mix of people who are here in this room. What we got was that we have a lot of students and a lot of designers, but we also have a bunch of physicians, managers, consultants, and urban planners. So we're really glad to have a good mix of a lot of people here today. Oh, wow. Okay, so here it is. So let's see how everybody is feeling. See a lot of excited, curious, inspired, tired. All right. I see burnt out, eager, open-minded. So there's a big mix of people who are feeling excited, but also a lot of tired. And let's read some of the questions. What is the one question you might be bringing with you today? Okay. How can I make my work more meaningful? Design thinking, that's one of the questions we have. What would be the future of advertising? How do we make relevant designs that are impactful? How to be a great problem solver through the use of design? What can I do for my community? How do I start with nothing? These are a lot of good questions, and I think these are some of the things that our speakers can keep in mind as they present later. And we will be taking questions throughout the talk as well. But okay, so thank you to everybody who participated in the Menti. We're glad to have a pulse of how everybody in the audience is feeling, even if we aren't physically together. I would just like to take the time to introduce myself. My name is Tony, and I will be the host and moderator for today. And with me are my team from &1/2. They will be working on the Miro board, which we are using for presentation. And they will be my co-moderators and tech team throughout this entire event. Jenny is here as well, and I think she has made her presence quite known in the chat box. She'll be watching out for your questions throughout the entire event. So to start, I'd like to formally introduce who we are as a studio and our context as designers. &1/2 is an independently owned design studio that has been around since 2012. We've worked with multinationals, individuals, NGOs, and small businesses. Our team structure gives us enough room to give each of our projects the care and commitment it deserves. We recently released a video explainer that sums up where we are and where we're headed. So we shall play the video.
&1/2 is a studio that isn't afraid of change. I mean, given the context, we had to. Who didn't?
From a team of 3 in 2012, we've come a long way. As a studio, we were happy just doing good work, while still taking care of everyone's growth.
But these days, we need to do more with design. We have to.
Design isn't just a restaurant logo, a business card, or a pretty layout. Design is a way of thinking.
It affects how we move and experience spaces, how lessons are learned, and how to help despite the distance.
This is how we want to design. Design that pushes boundaries, but is still grounded in empathy. It can change, transform things, and make them better.
The world has changed, and we are changing with it. We've come this far. Why not take it a little further?
Okay, so if you want to learn more about the studio, the work that we do, or to see that video again, you can check out our Instagram at n.5ph or on our website n-a-half.ph for more details. All right, so to kind of kick off things, we just want to introduce what this talk is all about. To start with, design thinking isn't new. It's a term that has been around for about 2 decades. But the framework has been used to come up with the solutions for a lot of the problems that we see today. But more than innovative output, design thinking requires a change in how we think. To quote Secretary General Antonio Guterres of the United Nations, "We are in an unprecedented situation and the normal rules no longer apply. We cannot resort to the usual tools in such unusual times. The creativity of the response must match the unique nature of the crisis." Today's problems require a different approach to thinking, most especially with problem solving. As a studio, we're learners ourselves. We often ask, what more can design do? What should design do? Which is why we've brought together leaders and changemakers who've never stopped thinking and doing. And we're here to ask them to share what keeps them going and what more needs to be done. Which brings us to the term social design. Social design is design that is mindful of a designer's role and responsibility in society, and it uses the design process in order to bring about social change. During this event, we want to explore how social design is 3 things. First, human, meaning grounded in empathy and ethics. Second, socially literate, grounded in real-life context and problems, meaning understanding the social context and complexities of each industry deeper. And finally, collaborative and co-creative, not designing for, but designing with our communities. Each of our speakers' talks follows the format of IDEO's human-centered design process, which consists of 3 steps: inspiration, ideation, and implementation. It's important to note that this process is not linear, but iterative. It requires a bit of agility and flexibility, and it should change and pivot based on the needs of the community that we are working with. This process also starts with the question, how might we? This is the question that usually kicks off the design thinking process. Instead of saying, we need to design blank, a how might we question opens up the field to possibilities. It acknowledges that there are many ways to arrive at a solution. So this is how we're starting our conversation today. Our question, how might we design a better future Philippines? Each of our speakers will be given a how might we question, which were formulated by their co-speakers. They will be given an opportunity to answer such questions and connect them to their respective topics. To start things off, I'll be introducing our 4 invited speakers who we gathered from different sectors to give us their unique perspectives, which are grounded on their personal experiences. All right, so I shall be introducing our speakers who are here with us today. First up, I would like to introduce Selena Borromeo.
Hello, hi everybody. Thanks
Hi,
for listening in.
All right, so Selena Borromeo is a design professional for 8 years who has taken on work in several fields of design, such as advertising, web design, UX, UI design, print, and branding. She has now shifted to product and business development for PLDT and smart communications, specifically focused on the Internet of Things. As a response to our country's call for bayanihan, she and her partners launched Gising Gising, a community-driven social enterprise that sources, sells, and shares good to fight food insecurity in the Philippines. So we're excited to have you here, Selena. Our next speaker is an old friend of ours. So Jayton Zulweta is here as a speaker today. So there's Jayton. Okay. Hi, Jayton. Good afternoon. So Jayton is here as a speaker today. He is the executive director and founder of AHA Learning Center, a free after-school program that creates ecosystems of support and opportunities for low-performing but high-potential public school students. He won the Outstanding Young Men of the Philippines in 2019 for community development and is also an Obama Foundation leader for the Asia and Pacific. So thank you for taking the time, Jayton. How are you?
Thank you, thank you. I love N.5. They've
Wow.
been wonderful partners for us throughout the years. So I'm excited to be part of this family. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jayton. Okay. And one of our speakers here today with us is Art Serrano. So hi Arts, good afternoon. He is representing 10 Design Co. as its founder. 10 Design is an architecture studio based in Escolta with a particular interest in creating designs that connect to a relevant context. The studio is known for its involvement in developing alternative uses for heritage buildings in Manila and has received various recognition for their work in city planning, public space activation, interior design, and heritage regeneration. Hello, Arts.
Hello, hello. Thank you and a half for having me. Salamat.
Thank you, Arts. Thank you for coming on the talk today. And I will be introducing our first speaker for today. Her name is Doctora Tetel Cuevas. So that's Tetel. So Tetel Cuevas is a medical doctor that has been working in the field of public health since 2012. In 2019, until July of this year, she worked as a doctor to the barrio deployed to a coastal municipality in Surigao del Sur, Mindanao, where she acted as the municipal health officer. She coordinated, planned, and implemented the community's COVID-19 response. Currently, she's working in the DOH Central Office while taking up her master's in public health. Hi, Tetel.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here. My goodness. I'm so flattered also to be invited. So, I've had a great opportunity to watch you guys grow through the years, and I'm really thankful that I can be part of it. So,
Okay, we're great. We're happy to have you, Tetel. Take it away whenever you feel like.